Hey BMW, thank you. A warm welcome to all of you, and thanks for joining this press conference. Today, I have the pleasure of announcing something that we haven't talked about before. It's an intelligent combination of technologies to create a whole new user experience. Our goal is to push the boundaries of the interaction between humans and the car. Cars are already today much more than just something to get you from A to B. Our vision is an intelligent car becoming more and more natural and human-like. A car that is connected, a car that is intuitive to handle, a car that's reliable, a car that's emission-free, a car that's autonomous, and a car that offers you a wealth of services. This is the future of mobility as we see it, and this is what we basically put into the BMW iNext vision, which you can see right over there. Now, in general, functionality is steadily increasing. That's kind of boring. Though, to be useful, I personally believe the car itself needs to become more intelligent to anticipate what drivers and passengers in the future need. It's not about what the car can do per se. It's much more about how to make functionality easily accessible in that very specific situation. We don't want to be driven by technology. We want to drive technology. Our philosophy always put the human first and design technology for humans and around humans. Take the driver-oriented cockpit that we actually put into the first ever BMW 3 Series back in 1975. We arranged controls and instruments around the driver pretty much like a tailor-made suit that would just fit perfectly. In 2001, we launched iDrive. And this helped the driver to easily and quickly access car functionality without being distracted. Now, back in those days, there was quite a heated debate, actually, upon the introduction of iDrive. But in the end, it turned out to be one of those true game changers of the automotive industry. The first head-up display in 2004 made it possible to have all the relevant and situational information right in your line of sight. In 2015, we introduced gesture control. And until today, that gesture control is still pretty much the most advanced concept out there in the market. For the all-new BMW OS 7, we incorporated the best concepts and designed it right around the driver. We do offer different ways of interaction modalities: haptics, touch, speech, and gesture. Now the driver can basically choose based on habits and also very much that specific situation. For example, waiting at a traffic light, you do use that touchscreen. On the other hand, if you're driving on a windy, wonderful alpine road, which is something I very much like to do, I would advise use that iDrive controller. We also push gesture control quite a bit further. We now have 7 gestures, 2 of which are freely programmable. With the BMW Intelligent Personal Assistant, our customers are now accompanied by an intelligent digital character which you can talk to in a really, really natural way. It responds to the prompt, "Hey BMW," or any other name you might want to choose, like Charlie or "Hey Beamer." Our intelligent personal assistant is ingenious, it's to the point, and it is respectful. That matters a lot to us. It can explain pretty much everything about the car and operate functionality, much like a skilled co-driver. The personal assistant gets to know you better over time. It learns your routines, like setting your temperatures, and applies them in the appropriate context. For example, a chilly winter day. I'll give you an example. "Hey BMW, I'm tired, and that's certainly not because of you."
No problem. I have activated the Vitality program.
Now, the ambient line turns to green the temperature is now decreasing, and the air conditioning will actually provide a nice, gentle, fresh breeze. The sunroof will actually open in order to let more light into the interior of the car to wake you up a little bit. But let's take a step back. Communication is just so much more than just words. Take a closer look how I'm interacting with you. It's not only about what I say, but what I do. It's about gaze. It's about gestures. It's about facial expressions. And this is exactly what we're aiming for, bringing together different modalities to create a natural and almost human-like interaction with the car. Almost as if I was talking to my wife, or ideally, a little bit easier. The personal assistant will combine your spoken commands, gestures, and also the directions of your gaze. This enables the personal assistant to better understand what you want in that very specific situation. You will no longer have to think on how to operate controls or find a functionality. You will interact intuitively, and the assistant will exactly do what you intended to. Point at the sunroof and say open, and it will open. If you don't know what that button means, just point at it and say, hey, what is that button? Much like a child exploring the world. So, as I said, we changed the way you interact within the car, but we also give you the possibility to interact with the world outside the car. The sensors in the car are so precise they recognize gestures, but also the direction that you're pointing at. Just point at a restaurant or a service station. For example, if you want, the personal assistant will book you a table or check out the opening times. The car knows exactly where it is, thanks to digital maps. And because it's connected to the web, it also really knows the place it has on those maps. Combined with various digital services, you have direct access to a wide range of possibilities. Now, what would that mean for you as a BMW customer? Imagine you drive through a city like Barcelona, and you see an interesting building, like here. Just point at it and say, hey, BMW, what is that building?
This is the Barcelona Boutique Hotel. It has a 5-star rating. Do you want me to book a room for your stay?
Well, no, thanks, BMW. Luckily, I've got a room. Mine, it was fiendishly expensive. Imagine you spot a restaurant that you don't recognize. Point at it. Like, hey, BMW, is that restaurant any good? What time is it open till? Please book a table. That's going to be possible. Or you drive past a cinema. Hey, is the new Mission Impossible playing in this cinema? And right there, you'll see that the cinema is being recognized, the service is accessed, and you can actually book a ticket. This is basically what we call BMW Natural Interaction. It combines speech, gestures, gaze recognition to enable a truly natural way of interacting with your car and well beyond. Now, to achieve this, we did actually combine various technologies. Beyond speech, we used high-definition, broad-angle cameras to capture all your gestures around you. The sensors also recognize the precise direction that you're pointing at. The driver cameras identifies both the direction of gaze, where your eyes are pointing, as well as the pose of your head. And we use artificial intelligence and deep learning algorithms to combine all this, including speech, in order to interpret those actions in that very context. BMW Natural Interaction, the personal assistant, is able to understand and actually cater for your needs. It makes interaction with the car easy, intuitive, and almost human-like. And also, it makes discovery really, really joyful. Now, the first features of BMW Natural Interaction will actually hit the road in 2021 in the iNext. And this will only be the first step for BMW Natural Interaction. Our vision for this way to interact with the car goes well beyond that. You know, if you imagine the features I've just shown and mingle it with effective computing and emotional intelligence, you might get a glimpse of what is on our roadmap beyond. I envision the smart car of the future to be my ultimate companion who anticipates, who suggests, before I myself really found out what I want. And I really have to say, I'm excited about this future. Now, if you want to experience some of those features, we have actually set up a very cool demo. If you register at the counter, you're actually able to experience for yourself. Thank you for your attention, and I hope you really have a wonderful Mobile World Congress. Thank you all.